Here's Johnny, Johnny Cash's hymn. May you rest in peace, Johnny, and the light of heaven shine upon you and your lovely wife, Joan Carter Cash. May you rest in peace, Joan, and the light of heaven shine upon you. This gave great joy to us all, didn't you? Yeah. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when they took him down from the cross? Were you there when they took him down from the cross? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they took him down from the cross? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Well, it was a big rock guarding the tomb in case the disciples came to take Jesus away and made out he rose from the dead. This is Caiaphas, the stupid man, what he was yapping about. And the big rock was moved away from heaven. The soldiers got a terrible fright, went white as sheets, ran like jackrabbits. And when Caiaphas saw them, what are you doing here? Go back and mind that tomb. We paying you for that. Oh no, we're not going back. Thank you very much. Go yourself, Caiaphas, and your cronies with you. You guard the tomb. Well, well, no, we won't. We better reward you. The 30 pieces of silver. But we know all about it, don't we? Can't hide the truth. And the two disciples when Mary Magdalene first and the ladies was going to anoint Jesus in the tomb, Mary went in, came out crying. He's not there. I see his clothes there, but he's not there. Where have they taken him? The women started crying as well. Then there was a man there looked to be a gardener or something. And he says, Mary. She looked around. Joy filling her face. Mary, go and tell the apostles what you've seen. I certainly will, says Mary. And we'll go too, says the ladies. And we're all joyful. Off they went. And then the two men on the way to Emmaus, two disciples. Oh, they were sad, their faces nearly down to the ground. The stranger joined them. What's wrong with you, he said. Did you see a ghost? What? We saw no ghost. Do you not know what happened? Are you the only one that doesn't know what had happened? Well, what happened, says the stranger. Our Saviour Jesus was crucified. We can't get over it. Oh, we were there. The cruelty inflicted by the forces of evil is only terrible. So the stranger went along the road with them and spoke about the scriptures and one thing and another. And their humour, suddenly they began to feel joyful. They felt like whistling, but they didn't whistle. They said now and again, is that so? I see. Carry on. Yeah. And so then it was getting dark. The stranger was about to go on. Said, hold on there, that. It's getting dark. come and join us and have a bite to eat and stay the night and continue your journey in the morning. All right, I see, I'll go and join you. Put a cup of tea or whatever it is. They wouldn't be having tea. I don't think they would. But anyways, at the breaking of the bread where they were having some teas, they recognised Jesus. And he disappeared. And they looked at one another and said, Holy, what do you think of that? And off they went. Said, we'll skip back to, well, we won't skip, we'll go back to tell the apostles the good news. And the moonlight light, and they walked along whistling and enjoying their step. They didn't even feel the journey, contemplating the great news that they were going to give the apostles. And the rattle on the doors, the apostles eventually opened the doors. They were afraid of their shadow. And the Jews might come and crucify them like Jesus. Poor Peter denied Jesus 3 times. He couldn't get over it, what he did. So they told him about it. And before that, Peter and John had gone to the tomb, and John got there first, but he waited for Peter to go in, and they saw Jesus wasn't there, and John knew that Jesus had risen from the dead, but Peter wasn't just 100%, didn't know what happened. And so when Jesus appeared then to them, he says, I sent you messengers. Why didn't you believe them? Oh, we were so upset. And we went to the tomb, saw you wasn't there, but we didn't know what happened. Because there was, and everything was able to happen. We were upset and we're sorry. We're sorry for that we didn't. So they were sorry. And Jesus then showed them the wounds and placed it on his hands and feet. But Thomas wasn't there. And he wouldn't believe unless he could touch the wounds in Jesus and placed it on Jesus on the cross. So Thomas was there about a week later. And Jesus said to Thomas, Thomas, put your hands here on his wounds. And Thomas did, and fell to his knees, saying, my Lord, my God. And Jesus looked at him. You believe, Thomas, because you have seen. Blessed are those that haven't seen and yet believe. And that's Catholics down the centuries who believe and shed many a tear when we contemplate the passion and death of our Saviour and the cruelty inflicted on him by the force of evil. Yeah. Oh, and Thomas and the apostles went and planted the Catholic faith over the known world. Thomas going as far as India. Don't know how we got that far, them times. And honest to goodness, poor Thomas was a martyr, and they were all martyrs, including St. Paul, who became a devout Catholic, preaching the good news to the Gentiles. That's us. We were called Gentiles. What did it mean, gentle people? Yeah, so there you are. That's a little story, little background. We give it a little flavour to sort of bring it out. I hope you enjoyed that little talk. I did change it up occasionally now. I'll probably do something different tomorrow. Yeah, but it's always along the same lines. Letting us speaking about it in an ordinary human way and trying to visualise it and what was said and so on and so forth. So bye now and enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you happen to be. It was nice there earlier, but you wouldn't know what way it turned out. There was a shocking old wind yesterday. Bye now and enjoy the rest of your day.